Hello, welcome to Short Story Scene. I'm your host, the storyteller, and here we have a tale called Black Swans by Banjo Paterson. As I lay at rest on the patch of clover in the western park when the day is done, I watch as the wild black swans fly over, with their flanks turned in their sinking sun, and I hear the clang of the leader crying to the lagging mate in the rearward flying, and the fade away in the darkness dying, where the stars are mustering one by one. O ye wild black swans, toward the world of wonder, for while I join our westward's flight, with the stars above, the dim earth under, through the cooling air and the glorious night, as we sweep along and our pinions winging, we could catch the chime of the church bell ringing, on the distant note of her singing, or the far-off flash of station light, from the northern lakes with the reeds and rushes of the hills unclothed of the purple haze, where the bellbirds chime in the song of thrushes, make music sweet in jungle maze, the hood of the course of the westward ever, till they reach the banks of the old gray river, where the waters wash and the reed beds quiver in the burning heat of the summer days. O ye strange wild birds, will ye bearing and greeting to the folk that live in the western land, and then for every sweep of your pinions beating, and ye bear the wish of the sunburnt band to the stalwart men who are stolely fighting, with heat and drought of the dust and storm smiting, you whose life somehow has strange inviting, the once work that have put their hand, facing yet, O my friends, stout-hearted, what does it matter for rain and shine, for the hopes deferred and the gain departed, nothing could conquer the heart of thine, and thine health and strength and beyond confessing, as the only joys that the worth of possessing. May the days that come in the rich of blessing, as the days are spent in a long lang syne. I would fain go back in the old gray river, the old bush days, and our hearts were light. Alas, those days are fled forever, and like the swans that have swept the sight, I know full well that the strangers' faces would meet us now in the dearest places. For our dead of the dead, and has left no traces, but the thoughts of the live in my mind tonight, where the folk long dead, and our hearts would sicken, and would grieve them the bitter pain. If the past could live, and the dead could quicken, when they might turn to the life again. But only in lonely nights we should hear them calling, or we should hear the steps on the pathways falling. We should loathe the life with the hate appalling of our lonely rides by the ridge of plain. In the silent park, and the scent of clover, and the distant roar, the town is dead. I hear once more, as the swans fly over, their far-off clamor overhead. They are flying west by the instinct guided, and the man-like wise of the fate decided, the griefs appointed and the joys divided, by the mighty power with a purpose dread. And that concludes our tale, Black Swans by Banjo Paterson.